Okay, this next section in Come Follow Me, section 3 is Mosiah 8, verses 12 through 19. And does anybody else feel this, that like sometimes our studies are just perfectly aligned with what's going on in the world and what's going on today, and almost as if it's orchestrated from heaven? I just, that's happened again this week with this topic as we get into the doctrine and also the principles of seers. What is a seer, and what is the importance of a seer, and why is it important for us as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to acknowledge the fact that God has a seer on the earth today? So our question and our kind of thought for today is, what is a seer? And why is having a seer important? And just discussing kind of some of those principles, which I'm excited. I mean, we've actually already discussed this in some of our previous posts, which you guys have provided responses for, which was wonderful. So I guess in starting off, let's define a seer. So let's go into the scriptures. Verse 17. Verse 17 says here, "But a seer can know of things which are past, and also of things which are to come. And by them shall all things be revealed, or rather shall secret things be made manifest, and hidden things shall come to light. And things which are not known shall be made known by them, and also things shall be made known by them which otherwise could not be known." So, and with that understanding of a seer, why is it important to have a seer today?
Well, I think a seer can, like it says, reveal things that are not known. It kind of goes back, sorry, I just want to backtrack just a second, because it says there's a seer, a prophet, seer, and a revelator. And the seer is a seer, it encompasses being a prophet and a revelator when you're a seer. So when you're a seer, you can see those things that are past, that are in the future, and then you reveal those to the people to lead God's people in the way that they need to go. To know what needs to be done, what teachings need to be taught. And
so when we sustain the First Presidency and Quorum of the 12, we sustain them as a prophet, a seer, and a revelator.
Yeah.
But what the scripture says is a seer being the greatest among them, right? It's greater than being a prophet, but it's an aspect.
Because you can't be a prophet and a revelator if you can't see what to reveal, and what to lead the people with, kind of a thing. So I think it's very important today, because look at where we're at. Look at the world today, and what's really cool is seeing how President Nelson, he has been a seer. And he has been able to lead the church, reveal things that we might not have understood at the time. Why? But now we see the reasoning for it. But the fact that we have somebody who can help us through these times is incredible. It's such a blessing.
I love the way that Laura said that. I don't even know if she meant to say it this way, or I'm sure she meant to say it this way.
But we see.
Yeah. I love that idea, because what is having a prophet upon the earth, a living prophet? What is the importance of having a living prophet in these last days? Through faith, we believe that they are leading us according to this gift of seership. So they see the past, the present, the future. Why? Because they represent God, who with God is no time. With God, all things are present before him. And so with that sacred calling and communication with God, they see things which are hidden to our minds and to our eyes. And I love how Laura said that, because we obey in faith the things that are taught by our prophets, by the leaders of our church. And then in a future day, we see why we followed what they did. And we see that today. And I mean, we could go through the list, but you guys have actually helped us create that list of some of the things that President Nelson over the last, 2.5 years, 3 years, has changed that now are fully realized.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. I mean, the
Home-centered church, the temples, people not being having to wait to be sealed in the temple.
The priesthood, being able to obtain the priesthood the year that you turn that age, you would have a lot of these young priesthood holders that would not be able to advance for their birthdays happening during this time. But because that's done now in the beginning of the year, that was all prepared beforehand. It's just a marvelous truth. Another gift that was given to, that was mentioned here was the seer's ability to translate, which takes us back to the great seer of this dispensation, even our prophet Joseph Smith, who had that gift of translating. And I would stretch that forth to say that our prophet today has that gift as well. And it's maybe not an ancient record that he's translating, but you think of this new record that was created today, that I believe was translated by the gift and power of God, which is this bicentennial scripture on the importance of the restoration. But such wonderful things. I guess for conversation purposes, post how having a prophet, seer, and revelator has blessed your life.
Yes.